Hello friends, welcome back to Sabba's virtual classroom. So today we will be learning about Pythagorean theorem. You start learning about this in grade 9 and you use this when you have to find the side length of a triangle. Okay, so this is a Pythagorean theorem and the formula is a square plus b square gives you c squared. So they are trying to say over here, whatever the a square, and this doesn't work with all the numbers. So it's a whole theorem. So here I'm gonna be using a triangle, and this theorem only works with right triangle. Okay, only with right triangle, which is with a 90 degree. Okay, so this C is considered as the hypotenuse. So this side, the slanted side, is always the hypotenuse. This side, like C, this is also considered as C. This side is A, the height, like it's also equals to the height of a triangle, and this side is B, which is also equals to the base of a triangle. Okay, so don't get confused. What is C? C is the hypotenuse. Always remember the C is always the slanted side. Now, I'm going to give you a random question. I'm going to solve, not give you, obviously. I'm going to solve a random question and you will know how to find the missing side of a triangle. For example, if I'm going to say my A is equals 3 and my B is equals 2, and I don't know what is the C, all right, and I have to use this formula. Do remember one thing, this formula is based on the square. So you have squares over here, but this side is not a square, it's just C. Okay, so I'm going to solve this and then we will figure out what is the value of, what is the measurement of this side, the hypotenuse side, the slanted side. All right, so I'm going to start inserting the values in the formula. So a square, that's A is 3. So I'm going to use 3 square plus B square is 2. So 2 square equals C square. C is still unknown. We don't know what C is. So 3 square means 3 times 3, 9 plus 2 times 2, 4 equals C square. So now I'm going to add 9 plus 4. That's going to give me 13 equals C square. So I got 13 equals C square. As I said before, that's C square, not C. Okay. In order to just find the C, what is the opposite? What is the opposite of a square? The opposite of a square is a square root. And we're going to find the square root of 13. So 13, I'm going to use my calculator to quickly get the square root. So that's going to be 3.46. So I have to, in order to get rid of this, we do the opposite. So I'm going to get C equals 3.46. So this C is actually equals to 3.46. Okay. Now, you probably be questioning why I'm doing the square root. So the reason is, I told you in the beginning, the answer you get, like 9 plus 4 is equals to C squared. But this value, this side is just C, right? In order to get rid of square, we always do the opposite operation, opposite reaction, right? So you can do square root on both sides. So if you do square root on both sides, for example, so square root can be cancelled by square and you're just left with the square root. Okay, so square root of 13 is 3.14 if this unit is centimeter. Then this is 3.46 centimeter. This is the measurement of this side line. Similarly, I'm going to use the same formula, Pythagorean theorem, and I'm going to look for a different side. Okay, for example, let's see, let's do a different question. So in this question, please do remember it's only used for right triangle. Okay, with the hypotenuse and a right angle over here. So this time, let's see, our A is missing. We don't know what A is, and our C is equals 5, and our, let's make a bigger number, 8, and B is equals 4, for example. Okay, again, I'm going to be using, since I told you Pythagorean theorem can be used for triangle to find the missing side of a triangle, only for a right triangle. Okay, if you don't have a right triangle, for example, if you have a triangle something like this, probably an equilateral triangle or scalene triangle, any other triangle, then you have to half it. You have to make it into right triangle, and do the half of the base, and then look for your missing side, okay, of the triangle. So now I'm going to insert these values in my formula. A squared, A is missing, so I'll keep it as is, plus B squared. So 4 squared equals 8 squared. So I'm replacing the variables, the letters with the value. Now I'm going to keep solving it. So what is 4 square means? 4 times 4, not 4 times 2. Okay. So 4 times 4, 16 equals 8 times 8, 64. Okay, now since I have to find this A, I have to isolate this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to isolate it. I'm going to keep on taking away the consonant. The number that can stand by itself are called the consonants. Oh, sorry, constants. I'm sorry, constants. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. And how do I get rid of these constant values? By doing the opposite. What is the opposite of 16? I mean, plus 16 is negative 16. That becomes a 0 pair. And I have to do the minus 16 over here as well. So this is gone. So negative positive, it becomes a 0 pair. It's gone. So you are left with A square equals, what is 64 take away 16? So 64 take away 16 will give you 48. So now 48. Okay, so 48. But 48 is the answer for A square. I'm just looking for A. How to get rid of this square? Opposite of square root, you have to do the square root on both sides. So this is gone. Square root is gone. So just left with A. What is the square root of 48? So I'm going to use my calculator again. So 48 square root, that's going to give me 6.9. So A equals 6.92. So we can just use 6.9 or 6.92. So A equals 6.92, whatever the unit I'm using, or you're given, just use that. Don't forget the unit. And this is how you find the missing. If it would be B, you have to do the exact same thing. All right. Again, if you guys have any question, don't forget to leave your question in the comment box. And as I said before, I'll solve and send it to you. All right. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.